All right, earlier I posted a video of how to set up a 3-channel system on your GX100, right? To have a clean channel, okay, a crunchy channel or overdrive channel, and then also the ability, okay, to have a lead channel, right? So that changes things from middle to high and also enables the solo stage, which gives me a nice boost, right? Okay, so this video, we're gonna go over the feedbacker and the delay settings for this. So what this does is it adds a feedbacker and a delay, which for this song, Limelight, right, by Rush, at the end of Alex Lifeson's solo, he hits this note and it feeds back. Now in the studio, they can just, basically record the solo and just let it feed back. Like it is, right? Live, however, you can't really do that, right? Because he goes back from the solo, he goes right back into the chorus, right? Which is, something like, right? So to be able to kind of do that, what Alex did is he had a second delay, and he would set the delay to be like somewhere between 580 and 600 milliseconds, right? For a longer delay. Back then, I think it was he was using an analog delay pedal, so the most it could go, I think, was 600 milliseconds. But you've got 580 milliseconds on the time. Feedback is 85. A longer feedback, so as he's coming out of that solo and that note, it'll trail for a while. The effect level is 75. The direct is 100. I did a high cut at 6.3 kilohertz. Carryover is on, and the BPM is 120, okay? So you add the delay in here, set it for that. Add a feedbacker in here and set it for these values, normal, off, and on. Once you've done that, you're now gonna change the parameters of these, and this is where we're gonna kind of set up the feedbacker and also the delay to be triggered at the same time when I step on my manual 1 button, okay, or whatever button you decide to assign these to. But for this example, in my preset, it's assigned to button 1, okay, and it's a momentary button, which means that when Alex is playing his solo, and at the end of that, when he hits that note and it starts to feed back, it's a momentary feedback. In other words, he hits it, holds it for about a second, releases it, so it starts to feed back. You get that overtone, and the delay being triggered at the same time now will carry that overtone as he goes back into the other part of the song, right? The chorus part that I just played for you, right? So let's look at the feedback and let's see what that's all about, right? So we're gonna go to Control EXP, and we're gonna make sure that it's turned on and it's assigned to manual 1, okay? You basically do it here, right? You just pick your target category, feedback, assign it to manual 1, and these are your parameters. On off for target parameter, target minimum is off, target max is on, and set the mode to moment, all right? That's really important, moment, okay? Close out of that, and now we're gonna add in these other ones under feedback. We're gonna do kind of the same process, but we're gonna add different parameters. So we're gonna add the trigger parameter and make sure it looks just like this. Manual 1, parameters trigger, target minimum is off, target max is on, and moment for mode. Do the same thing for your rise time. Select it from the drop down and have your target minimum be 1, your target minimum be 0 and target max be 1, moment, manual 1, okay? Octave rise time is going to be the same approach, manual 1. Set your target minimum for 5 and your target max for 100 and the moment for mode. And you're going to do the same process for octave feedback, right? So the target is going to be 5, minimum is going to be 100 on this one, octave feedback, manual 1, moment. Vibrato rate. So we want to have a low vibrato rate. In other words, when you do when feedback occurs, it doesn't start vibrating like a tremolo, like it doesn't start going like this, right? It stays very, very consistent. So we want to replicate that, but have there be a little bit of naturalness to it, right? So we set the target minimum to 0 and the target max is 5. Mode is moment, manual 1, right? And the last one is for delay. So for delay, remember we added the feedbacker in, and we also added delay. So now what we have to do is we have to select the delay and make sure that that's turned on, assigned to manual 1. It's also set to moment, okay? And here are your values: on, off, on. Okay, so again, so what this does is it creates a feedback, and I'll see if I'll try and I'm going to move this out of the way a little bit so I can get to my pedal board and kind of give you an idea of what it sounds like, right? So the clean part sounds like this. Right? And then the beginning of the song is right? And for the chorus part of the song, you know, he's doing this thing. Right? So I'm switching back between things. And then he's got his solo. Now I'm not going to do the whole solo here. But what I am going to do is I'm going to try and replicate the end part of it, so you can kind of hear the feedback and how the delay kick in at the same time, right? So maybe I will do the solo. This is where you're kicking the feedback. And you'll hear, as I stop playing the solo, you can hear it still going, right? And that's just going to keep going, okay? But that's how you do it. So I hope you enjoy it and see if it works for you.